We take in air or inhale through nose or mouth. Breathing through nose is better as mucus and hairs in the nasal cavity can filter out lots of dirt from the air. Then the air enters trachea or windpipe through pharynx or throat. This pharynx has one more opening which leads to food pipe. Whenever air enters it, stomach sends it back as burp. Now, air passes through the windpipe, then the two bronchi, which forms many narrower branches called bronchioles. Small air sacs or alveoli receive the air and oxygen from air diffuses into blood through thin wall of blood capillaries during the diffusion process.
Today we are going to discuss about respiratory system. The main structures which help in the air passage are the nose and nasal cavity, pharynx, larynx, trachea, the bronchial tree and the lungs. Now I will discuss about the anatomy of nose. The external nose is made up of cartilage framework which is supported by bones and it is covered by outside with a skin layer. Now we are going to discuss about the 5 major cartilages of the external nose. So we can see there are 2 lateral cartilage, upper and lower, 2 major alar cartilage which are divided into the medial crus and lateral crus, and the third one is the medial septal cartilage. Here I have tried to picturize the exact location or position of the cartilages in the external nose, which you may note down. In this picture of the left side, you can see the nasal bridge, the tip of the nose, the position of the ala, nostril, and the middle portion of the nose known as columella. Here, the position of 2 lateral cartilage. The upper portion is the upper lateral cartilage and the lower portion is lower lateral cartilage. In the middle, you can see the septal cartilage, and in the upper portion, you can see the medial crus and lateral crus, which are the part of major alar cartilage. Here comes the nasal cavity. The nasal cavity is subdivided into 3 parts or 3 regions. These are vestibule, olfactory region and the respiratory region. For your easy understanding, I have made a picture of the 3 regions. In the anterior part, we can see the vestibule. Vestibule is the most dilated part which has small tiny hairs known as vibrissae. Next is the respiratory region. The respiratory region comes in the lower 2/3 portion of the nasal cavity and it is highly vascular in nature. It means it has so much blood vessels which helps in the respiration. Next, the upper 1/3 portion known as olfactory region. Here, olfactory receptor cells are present which helps for the smell sensation. The vestibular region of the nose has small nasal hairs which help in the first line defense of the respiratory system, as because when any type of microbes, small viruses or bacteria tries to enter in our nasal cavity, these small hairs trap these microbes in this part of the vestibular region. Sebaceous gland is also present here which produce the sebum. The sebum covers the hairs and it helps to trap the particles such as any type of dust or microbe. Here comes the interesting fact. Why nose piercing is so much painful than the ear piercing or any other type of piercing? As because in nose piercing we pierce the cartilages instead of any type of skin layer or membrane. Now the nasal cavity has 4 walls or 4 boundaries. The upper portion is known as roof and the lower portion is known as the floor or base of the nasal cavity. Laterally, the lateral wall and medially the nasal septum is present. In this picture, the color coding are used for easy pointing of the bones or the coverings. The roof is made of sphenoid, ethmoid, frontal and nasal bone. The floor or the base is made up of hard palate, and the lateral wall is made up of maxilla, lacrimal, palatine sphenoid bone and the conchae, and the medial wall is made of medial septum. The median nasal septum is made of two bones and one cartilage. The name of two bone is ethmoid bone and vomer bone, and the cartilage is septal cartilage. Okay, this is the mid-sagittal view of a upper respiratory tract. Before we get to the actual respiratory system itself, we discuss about couple of structures. These are frontal and sphenoidal sinus, which drains into the nasal cavity. When the air it comes in a couple of paths. It may be in the upper pathway or in the lower pathway. When air comes through the nasal cavity, it passes through the mucous membrane, the coarse hairs known as vibrissae, then the ethmoid bones known as the conchae, the superior, middle and inferior conchae or concha. In underneath, these are superior, middle and inferior meatus. So air rolls around here, get humidified. It is the most vascular area where the mucous membrane traps the air particulates or dust matters. It comes to the external to the internal layers. It is the internal meatus or the internal auditory pathway where the air comes down. There are three different pathways. The upper portion of the nasal cavity is known as nasopharynx. The middle portion of the oral cavity is known as oropharynx, and the lower portion is the laryngopharynx or voice box. The blood supply of nose is made by three main arteries. These are labial artery, ethmoidal artery and sphenopalatine artery. Where these three arteries anastomose or meet together is known as Little's area or Kieselbach plexus. In this blue color circle, you can see the Kieselbach plexus where the nose bleeding occurs. Means the epistaxis site is Little's area or Kieselbach plexus. The nerve supply of the nose is made by three main nerves. These are olfactory nerve, ethmoidal nerve and nasopalatine nerve. Out of them, the olfactory nerve or the first cranial nerve is the main. Deviated septum, also known as deviated nasal septum, is an abnormal finding or abnormal condition where the septum is not in the middle place but it is deviated to one side, more oftenly to the right side of the nose. Saddle nose is another main abnormality of the nose where the nasal bridge or the nasal dorsum is deep. Thank you for watching this video. If it is helpful to you, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel Ontu's Creation.